Hey, good morning. Welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well today. Today is We Team Wednesday here on the show. We're talking about stuff we could do with the team, ideas, and I wanted to share some experiences from teaching the students the other day in the class between pre-K and eighth grade. And couple people tried to, well, they attempted, they did interrupt my class a little bit and it reminded me of Scrum Masters and our job to protect from outside interruptions. And that's part of our job as a servant leader to serve the team by protecting them from people messing with their day and messing with what their goals are and what they want to accomplish and what they have to achieve. And part of us is protecting them. So I want to talk about that, give a couple examples outside of the team environment to give you a thought process on what that entails, to give you an idea. And I also have one that related to like clerical admins or secretaries or staff admins and how they relate to the Scrum Master role and protecting the team. So I'm going to talk about that too today. So 5 a.m. Master Scrum. I hope you're doing well today. It's almost the holidays. I hope you got all your holiday fun in, getting some of that in before the year, celebrating as a team, getting through the year and what work got done. And here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way so you can bring value to your customer, not work crazy hours to bring that value, and have a little fun along the way. And oh, by the way, I'm Greg Mester, Agile coach and Scrum Master, doing different things. And I got a couple of teams I help coach and part-time Scrum the teams and things like that. And lately, based on what I've done in my lifetime, and has allowed me to help teach the local school on technology because their technology teacher quit. So me being the good team player volunteered, right? I guess that was a good idea. I don't know. Maybe I took on too much, but it's fun. It's it's another way of expanding the horizon of growth and for me, hopefully for the students so they can learn some things about technology and bring what we do into the younger generations who are going to take our places years from now. Anyway, so I'm in class and they have this thing at this school that I'm teaching where they do checks. Like if you don't listen to teacher, cause disruptions, you get these little checks. You get enough checks, you get a detention or lunchtime detention, stuff like that you get. And it's their form of punishment. I guess it's his way to do it. And no one wants too many checks because you get too many checks, then you get a suspension. It's just not good. A discipline thing, which is good. I'm not arguing against checks. However, when I started the one class, one of the teachers was in the process giving a check to the student. They have this little piece of paper. And the teacher came into my classroom when I'm starting class, trying to get everything going, to hand the sheet with the checks to the two students that got checks for not listening or paying attention. Not that I object to them getting checks, and I really don't care because it wasn't part of my classroom. What I object to, and I kind of squashed it in a way, was the teacher coming to my class, interrupting, think of it as a developer coding away in the technology class, even if we just started, trying to get their mindset on what we're going to do for the day. And lo and behold, this person comes in and hands this thing that is a mental disruption in their ability to get their job done. And their job at that point in time, as I'm teaching them when they first start the day, as I'm getting them to get into the Google Docs, getting them into typing, because they got to do typing, and I'm getting them to do 10 10 things they're thankful for. So I'm trying to teach them that whole journaling and writing the 10 things and be grateful for where they are. And there alone comes a teacher with check marks. I'm like, thanks. I said, but we don't need to. I actually told them as a servant leader to my students, you can do that later. We don't need to do that in this class because I'm trying to get the class going and explain that to them. But one of the things as a servant leader I need to do is it's clear that I got to make sure that all the other teachers in the school know that my time in my class, because I only get them for 2 days a week and I get them for one class per grade per day. So it's very tight. I get anywhere between a half hour, 45 minutes to 50 minutes with the students, depending on what grade they are, they get more time with the technology, to convey what I want them to learn, things that they could use, stuff like that. So I don't need somebody coming and interrupting class for 5 minutes handing out check marks. Do that on your own class time. But I do need to reach out to them as a just like a scrum master would be, and make sure people understand if you're going to come into class, it's either to support what I'm doing and help out, which I appreciate, because sometimes when you get 20, 30 pre-Kers and you got to set them up on a computer, I appreciate help very much so. But you need to set that relationship with all those other people, other stakeholders that are with your class, so they understand some of the rules, and it's not personal. It's just how it need that time, right? So as a scrum master, as a servant leader, you need to reach out to people who could be stakeholders or who could be reaching into your team and asking them to do something, or put them in an emotionally unstable way that distracts them from achieving their goal. That is a servant leader. That's one of the things I saw in the class. It's like, oh my, yeah, it's just like a dev team, where as a scrum master, I have to work on keeping that barrier and what's getting brought into the team when we have a goal, and is it really more valuable than the stuff that we establish as a group? Because those people may not understand. Like the teacher that came in and interrupted my class in the beginning may not understand the value from which I'm trying to get for the team. So I have to take the time as their servant leader for the students to make sure they understand what my goals are and how I value that. So that's something, and we're just getting started and everything like that. So I now's the time to do it, not halfway through the semester and allowing all this done. So I got to do it early, nip it in the butt, make sure everyone understands, and make sure they understand the interaction. So that brought that for the servant leader part, because I wanted to share an example of what does it look like. It's just people coming in sometimes and ask them to do something, or disturbing their mental focus on their work at hand with other stuff, right? You want to keep that at a minimum. As a servant leader, send it to me. If you want to send something, send it to me, and I'll help distribute it. Now, the other thing I realized was, because one of the other people to interrupt was the principal, which was fine. Because I was talking about changing some schedule around, because I have to do a daily scrum with one of my customers about one of the times when the kids are teaching class. So I'm trying to find that gap in there so I can do that and help facilitate that activity. Well, I went into the class, but the office, the admin was sitting out front of the office, but she was in a meeting, and I asked the admin, why I had a break between classes, is the principal free? And she's like, no, she's in a meeting. She's doing some stuff. I'm like, okay. I just let her know. I just want to talk about some changes and some schedules around. Make sure she knows. And then she came back up to my classroom and asked me something about changing schedules. And I'm like, I'm in the total teaching the class, and no, that's okay. We could talk about it later. And I just kind of like, yeah, we don't have to do it now, because I want to make sure the kids got my attention, because they're all over the place, right? It's not like, well, adults can be that way too. So anyway, so that was another one that made me realize the admins, the secretaries, the people that are the executive staff, if you want to call it, what do you call the staff person? That's a chief of staff, right? Chief of staffs. I mean, their job is to act as a scrum master, to serve or lead for the person in charge, or that person that they work for, to minimize the interruptions. And I'm like, yeah, that's so. If you are an admin or a secretary or a chief of staff, you'd probably make a perfect scrum master, because your job is to protect the person, or in this case, the scrum master, protect the team from interruptions. And then they could schedule in when it makes sense to make that happen. They can look at your agenda, your schedule, find out when it makes the most sense to do that. And those are two examples where their job is to protect the person or the team from interruptions from the outside world. Perfect examples of what a scrum master servant leader is supposed to do. Protect. Now, there's ways to go. And next week, I wrote another one. There's a little clarification on that. Well, how far does that go, Greg? How far do I protect the team? Don't go insane. I'll tell you that, right? Don't go crazy. Like, oh, you can't talk to anybody. Only I can talk to the team. Don't do that. We're going to talk about that next week, but please don't do that. But I wanted to share 2 examples where, as an admin, chief of staff, secretary, you might make a perfect scrum master if you want to get into that world where you're used to protecting the team, helping schedule, help making good windows of opportunity for people to discuss things with the team without interrupting their focus, right? It's exactly what the admin was doing for the principal and what I was trying to do as the teacher for my students in the class. And now, one of my follow-up things, I have to go reach out to all the teachers, all the stakeholders that also have a share in educating these students, just like bosses, managers, and all that. As Scrum Masters, we should reach out to those managers, stakeholders, business people that are used to just interrupting any time, interrupting the flow, to minimizing that interruption to flow to certain times or certain ways and find out what works best for both the team and those stakeholders. It's a lot of work, but you know what? It's what we do. So I wanted to share that with you as an example that wasn't classic, but 2 examples where I was teaching. My job is now to reach back out. So your job doesn't say, don't come into the scrum. You're not there. No, my job is to go reach out to them before the scrum, explain how the scrum works, and make sure they're educated and how the interaction of the team, maybe the team norms, all that kind of stuff that we're looking to achieve as a team before they come in, not post, not during. But if they did it and you forgot, like me, I'm still getting I'm only in there 2 days a week. I need to find ways to communicate to the teachers or what those goals are. So I'm working on that. It's not perfect. It's not instantaneous, but it's follow-up work that as a Scrum Master you got to do. So I wanted to share that with you. 2 examples. Plus, if you're an admin or chief of staff or secretary, and you're looking to expand into the IT world, maybe being a Scrum Master is not a bad thing. Learn some basic agile. That's what I wanted to share today. Oh, my book hopefully will come out soon. I'll be posting some stuff. We are going to be doing a lot more coaching in the new year. Supposed to be doing a meetup today. I think it's just going to be a chat session. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put posts to people in the part of the meetup group. I'll post it up on LinkedIn, invite people. We'll probably do Zoom call for those who are members, and they can join us and have a chat, and I'll be there because I do want to get into a habit, into a cadence of every 3rd Wednesday having a 5 a.m. Mester Scrum meetup group meeting. I got some people lined up for the next couple months come the new year, but this year it got crazy. Eddie, I'll put a post up there. Eddie made his travel team for baseball, so he was excited. I was overly excited for them. Got distracted. A lot of like, what kind of answer was that? I don't know. Has he made the team or not made the team? I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I am going to do the meetup today. I'm just going to have a conversation. He's supposed to have hockey practice tonight, but he's not going to be doing the hockey practice. So it frees up my time. Oh, my cadence is all over the place, right? It's crazy. And I'm still trying to get my morning rituals, my morning habits figured out for Mondays and Fridays. This Friday, I don't have school because the kids are off, which is cool. Good and bad. But working on those things for everyone. And thank you for your patience. I know I didn't post up a couple of videos. I didn't do Monday and I didn't do last Friday. I'll be honest, teaching the kids and standing up all day. It's why you need to go to the gym, man. I'm working out. I'm like, I really need to go to the gym because I need to increase my standing up capability and walking around the room for 8 hours a day, just like it was teaching classes and live and doing live events. It's a great reminder. It's like, ooh, I need to get in shape again. So if you haven't gone to the gym in your holidays, go to the gym, work out, get ready for that stuff, get that stamina up there so you can help teach and talk around and walk around the class, right? And manage by walking around. I used to walk all around the bases all the time to say hi to everyone, see what's going on, learn what new stuff is. I learned more by walking around than I ever did sitting at my desk, to be honest with you. So have a great holiday. I'll be here tomorrow. What am I saying? I'll be here for Thursday for review, for requirements, reviews, and retros. So it's 15 minutes now. We're done with the show. Sign up for our newsletter if you haven't already. That I'm also I'm falling apart on the newsletter, but yeah, definitely sign up for the newsletter. I will be offering free stuff, getting all that stuff together. It takes a lot of effort to transfer your mindset and your habits. All right, have a great day. Happy scrumming. Shall see you tomorrow. Bye.